And on to the stories making headlines today. Digital transformation at the workplace. The car business has become very popular, with most people preferring to take a cab rather than the bus, and thus many apps have been created in order to allow for easy access of said cab companies. Healthcare in Kenya. The Kenya Ministry of Health is lacking the proper staff to cater for the growing population. While it's clear that cervical cancer can be a deadly disease, new research points to it being more lethal than experts previously thought. And on to Kenya's politics. Deputy President William Ruto is already busy campaigning for the presidential seat come 2022. Kenya's security. The Kenya Defence Forces consist of the Kenya Army, Kenya Navy, and the Kenya Air Force. The Kenya Navy, a naval branch of Kenya military forces, is most often than not sidelined. Hello and welcome viewers from Nairobi and around the globe to SMD Media News. I am Siombua Muse and I will be with you for the next 30 minutes as I report to you about the ongoings within and without the country. The Kenya cab companies have utilized the internet aspect and most have a mobile app, and thus they are always accessible at the click of a button. Pewin Cabs is a leading taxi and transport solutions provider which was opened in 2008. Their CEO, Mr. Justus Kirigo Mureithi, says their goal was to create an efficient taxi service where technology will ease and automate operations like vehicle bookings. The Kenya Ministry of Health is ill-equipped to cater for the ever-growing issues of cancer. According to World Health Organization, cervical cancer is the fourth most frequent cancer in women, with an estimated 570,000 new cases in 2018, representing 6.6% of all cancers. Approximately 90% of deaths from cervical cancer occurred in low and middle income countries. On studio with us is Dr. Victor Wanjohi, who is a gynecologist, spoke to us about the causes.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Wanjohi. I am a gynecologist by profession. And today I'm here to talk to you about cervical cancer, one of the common cancers in Kenya today. So what is a cancer? A cancer is a type of a cell which is immortal. What we mean by that is the normal cell is born, it lives, and after some time it dies. So for a cancer cell is a cell which is born but it does not die and goes on to reproduce itself to give many generations of cells, and this causes a mass in the body called cancer. So cervical cancer is merely an abnormal growth of cells located within the cervix and which is malignant, meaning it is invading other tissues. So what causes cervical cancer? In about 99% of cases, the cancer is caused by a virus. The virus is called human papillomavirus. This virus is very common and it is spread sexually and through body fluids. So, if not, there are other causes of cancer, although these are a minority of cases. Most will spread as a sexually transmitted virus. So which symptoms does one present? The symptoms will present late in, you can stop it. Cervical cancer has many risk factors, therefore. Some of them will be more obvious, while others are going to be more difficult to perceive. So some of them include having early age for having sex. Secondly is having many sexual partners. Thirdly, having a history of having a partner who has had cervical cancer will greatly increase the risk. Others which are more difficult to define our use of oral contraceptive pills, it's been shown to increase the risks. Therefore, all ladies of reproductive age from the age of 21 to 65 are asked to go for screening. The screening, there are 3 types. One is called Via Veli, which is practiced in the community setting and is done annually. The other one is called Pap smear, which is done every 3 years. And the other one is called HPV DNA, so to look for the causative organism, and that one is done every 5 years. Therefore, all women have no excuse to go and get tested if they fall within this age group and if they have ever had sex. So what are the, how do we diagnose? So a positive pap smear is going to tell us that this patient is at risk of getting cancer of the cervix in the near future. Therefore, action must be taken. Remember, this patient has no symptoms at all. Therefore, we have to be aggressive in the management. First of all, we do something called colposcopy, where we look at the cervix using a telescope and we take biopsy specimens. Later, we can take a patient based on the diagnosis either to surgery or just to reassure the patient. Another thing which we can do is if the cancer is big, then the option for surgery may not be available to the patient. Therefore, we can only do chemotherapy and radiotherapy to try to save the life of this patient. The symptoms will only start once the cancer is big. Therefore, all women should take the opportunity before any symptoms can occur to have regular checkups and to know of their status. Finally, how do we prevent this condition? One, the most important thing is vaccination. We advocate for a vaccine for all ladies before they have started having sex or getting children. They use the vaccine. It's 3 doses at 0, 1, and 6 months. In addition, somebody should prevent by limiting their number of partners, use of appropriate barrier contraceptives such as condoms, which can reduce the risk. All women should know this is a common cancer which can affect any one of us. Therefore, let us take action and get tested today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for being here today and educating the ladies. And on to our question of the day. Do you think that the government will come up with better facilities to cater for cancer patients anytime soon? Join the conversation using the social media handles below the screen to air your views and your opinions. When it comes to matters concerning one's security, we tend to take things very seriously. Kenya has been under attack several times now, and our defense forces are always there to ensure our safety. But how much do we really know about the Kenya Navy? Join us to get an exclusive on the workings of Kenya Navy and get to find out how they contribute into our society even without the knowledge of the common citizen. Stay tuned to get these and other stories here on SMD News after the break. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Kenya Navy is a naval branch of the Kenya Military Forces. It is one of the 3 branches of the Kenya Defense Forces. Their role is to protect the country from both external and internal perceived threats from the sea, protect the state's territorial waters, as well as provide support to other security agencies in the country in case of an attack. They do not vote and are therefore to serve the reigning president regardless of their feelings towards him or her. We were able to get a few answers from a naval officer on phone as they couldn't make it on set today.
I'm Jacqueline Karenu Muse. I work at Kenya Navy Base, Mtongo, Mombasa. I'm a sailor, rank of a sergeant. Apart from military duties, I also work as a store accountant. It's such a big privilege and honor to serve my country. By protecting national interests gives me a great satisfaction. The main challenges I face as a woman in this industry, mainly I can say that balancing the family life and military duties. You may find yourself deployed far from home, leaving your family behind, which becomes a bit challenging to a woman compared to men. The other challenge which I may state is that when joining the military, one is required to be physically fit, and the physical trainings and standards are a bit high, and no standards are lowered to favor any woman, so you have to keep up the standards so that you can be the same level as your fellow men. The other challenge which I may state is that the issue of privacy and inadequate hygiene products when one is deployed to some areas where there is a bit difficult of harsh conditions, like dry areas, there is no water. The challenges Navy faces which may be threat to our country. One is fighting the Somali-based Al-Shabaab militia, which are big threat to us. We have to be on standby every time to be on lookout for them, since they are very much notorious. The other issue which may be threat to our country is the case of pirates, mainly the Somali origin pirates. They abduct the ships and ask for ransom. Now, if not given, they kill the crew. That's the other challenge we face in the waters as Navy. The other main challenges are working together with other institutes to combat drug trafficking, illegal trading, illegal fishing. Coming to the issues of privileges which one gets from joining the Kenya Navy, I may say there are many, but I'll state a few of them. One One enjoys a tax benefit at our DEFCO shop, where most of products are tax free. Second, competitive pay compared to other institutions. Thirdly, comprehensive health care coverage, where one is treated together with nuclear family for free at a minimum cost, of which ones you pay as a premiums every month. You don't have to worry about a huge bill which comes from buying medicines, being treated. All that is sorted. The other privilege which I may state is that one enjoys to travel the world for training and exercises, which is a privilege, since you have to travel to other countries, you experience other cultures, you mingle with other people from the different countries, sightseeing. All that comes by traveling around the world. Last but not least, one gets opportunity to further education. You may upgrade your education level by either going to college, by getting a chance to upgrade your career. There are so many benefits, but for now, that's all I can say for now. Thank you. Welcome.
Question of the day. What is your take on the Kenya Navy association with the community or lack thereof? Join the conversation using the social media handles below the screen. Elections in Kenya are after every 5 years. The next elections will be held in 2022. However, the Deputy President William Ruto has begun his presidential campaign ahead of time, specifically 3 years ahead of time. The deputy has been vocal about his bidding and has even been visiting the different counties. He has, however, made a mark in his Kalenjin community and is fighting to retain the coast region. He also has a Herculean task to penetrate Western Kenya, where he has undertaken numerous offensives, given that ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi is positioning himself as Central Kenya's alternative.
Sunlight travels 93 million miles to turn our grapes into sun-made raisins, and that's all we put in. Grapes and sunshine. Sun-made raisins. Nothing but grapes and sunshine.
On our quote of the week, positivity, confidence, and persistence are key to life. So never give up on yourself. That's all the news we had for you today, and please don't forget to subscribe to get these and more stories only from SMD News. I have been your host, Siombwa Mose. Thank you for watching.